Hey, Elizabeth here for Mr. Sizemore English 1302 class. And for this video, I'll be talking about chapter 18, which is writing about poetry, and it's pages 582 through 605. On page 583, which is like the intro page for the chapter, it mentions that you need to read a poem like a couple times before you finally gain the meaning and the true meaning of it. And I found that to be true whenever I was reading Eating Alone by Lee Young Lee. It says, first, you read the poem to yourself, let the language flow over you, and find general associations that the images and words bring up. The first reading, it's not meant to be final. It's just it's kind of like you're just skimming over it, trying to gain little pieces from it that you understand. And then the second reading, it's more thorough. You read it out loud and catch the sounds clearly and see what kind of rhythm has enforced its structure of the poem. So whenever I was reading Eating Alone, I had to read it a couple of times before I finally understood that it was about a young man that misses his father that I guess died. It isn't clear about how he died, but it says, like in stanza 2, it says, on years back I walked beside my father. So obviously it's about his dad. And then stanza 3, it kind of like shows you that he misses his dad. He thinks about his dad often because it says, it was my father I saw this morning waving to me from the trees. I almost called to him until I came close enough to see the shovel leaning where I had left it. So he thought, this is really sad. He thought the shovel was his dad. I guess he just wasn't paying close enough attention or something, or just seeing things maybe. Stanza 4, it's kind of talking about cooking food that uses imagery, because you can really like see the food. You know what the food smells like, you know what the food tastes like, so that's the use of imagery. And then it says the last two sentences, it says, and my own loneliness, what more could I, a young man, want? So all he wants is his dad back. And again, that was chapter 18, writing about poetry, pages 582 through 605.